Previously on Marvel Midnight Suns.
Stay sharp.
Count on it.
When I was holding the transdimensional door for you back there, I sensed something was at the docks with you. Something dark and familiar. And when all you knew was darkness and despair growing up, that warm, fuzzy feeling of familiarity is not just a warning sign, but an alarm bell.
I'm glad to see you're getting comfortable with the words of power, Hunter.
Just what in the hell do you think you're doing in here? I told you how hard it's been since we lost Agatha. Instead of letting it rest, you decide to reopen the wound?
Sarah and I spent centuries together exploring this world, fighting the darkness, watching cities and even nations form and then crumble. The Abbey grounds have a great deal of history. Many of its secrets remain hidden, even after all this time. Wanda had taken to exploring the grounds in search of a strange energy we both sensed. Knowing that Sarah had no intention of waking you to investigate, Wanda felt it was up to her to take your place. Of course, being the clever girl that she is, her notes are written in an ancient, transient cipher that I've only just begun to understand. Each represents one of the basic elements, their power activated only by the elemental rods they would normally be holding.
And where are the elemental rods now?
Scattered to the wind, unfortunately. A side effect of Wanda's experiments here.
Let me guess.
That's right. I want you to find the missing rods and return them here.
Hey guys, Grazer, the Autistic Gamer, and welcome back to Marvel Midnight Suns. Firstly, just want to apologise for the lengthy delay and sporadic nature of the uploads. You may have seen I recently did a video where I sort of detailed what's been going on with me regarding some of the health issues, some of the mental health issues, and generally other things that have just contributed to me being insanely busy and unable to make videos. But hopefully now I'll be able to get back onto something resembling a regular upload, both of this and some of my other stuff. But if you want full details, check out the video. I'll leave a link in the description. Anyway, as you saw from the last time we left off, we stopped a Hydra chopper by punching it, broke into the library, much to the chagrin and annoyance of Caretaker, and we also got chatting to Agatha in her ghostly form as we found out what happened to the elemental rods and how Wanda was involved in essentially scattering them to all corners of the Abbey. As you can see, we are still stood next to our arcane chest, but Agatha wants to have a word, so we're actually going to do a quick bit of fast travel. And tutorial time! Exploring Abbey grounds from this point on is optional. Optional, my ass. It can be done at any time without regard to the main story. When you are ready, return to your quarters and go to sleep each night to start the next day. We're not going to go to sleep yet because we know someone who wants to talk to us. Everyone else is in bed except Hunter and a ghostly Agatha. And speaking of which...
Need something, dear?
As you can see, we've got quite a lot to go through, so this first part is going to be very dialogue heavy. So let's just sit in our seats and let's listen to the wisdom of Agatha Harkness.
You said something earlier about the blood.
In a world full of mysteries, the blood have managed to remain even more mysterious than most. They were an ancient race, said to be born of the Elder Gods. As I understand it, they were very strict about maintaining their bloodline. That's probably why you don't hear about them very often. And yet, here you are, one of their direct descendants.
Are there others?
It's quite possible. But even if there are, they might not even know it themselves. Somehow, I take comfort in that.
What they do not know cannot hurt them.
Indeed.
After our last battle, what happened to Lilith?
You were in the woods. You and your mother obviously came to blows. But we found no wounds, no evidence of what happened at all. A silent, deathly embrace between mother and child. We had hoped you would both find peace in the next life.
But she's not buried here?
No. We entrusted her to the Knights of Wondergore, the ancient protectors of your ancestral homeland in Transia. I don't think they ever expected to contend with an organization like Hydra, and I doubt Lilith spared any who survived her reawakening.
What would Wanda want with your altar?
What can I say? Some people have a curious, adventurous itch that just has to be scratched. I was one of them, and so was Wanda. Caretaker, not so much, but I see it again in you, Hunter.
So you encouraged her exploration?
Of course. Why wouldn't I? What good is being as powerful as we are if we're just going to spend all our time cooped up within these walls? What's the worst that could happen? You got me there, dear.
What do you know about the moon seals?
Presumably forged by the gods themselves, I like to think of a moon seal as both a lock and a key. With the right power, wielded by the right person, the energy of the seal is unleashed, creating a conduit to the Elder Gods.
And I am that right person?
Just another benefit of being descended from the blood. Lucky you, dear.
Where did the words of power come from?
While I often call them blessings or gifts of the old gods, the words of power are actually powerful invocations tuned to the unique energies found in descendants of the blood.
And Caretaker used the words as well?
Of course, dear. Sarah used the words of power on the Abbey grounds just as you do today. Many of the areas you encounter that seem receptive to these spells are actually the result of Sarah's frequent undertakings.
Okay, I appreciate that was a lot of exposition, but I do love the lore and how the game does a really good job of bringing it all together. But, you know, I'm often called a bit of a nerd and a bit of a geek. Anyway, there is Agatha's... That's not Agatha's. There's Wanda's book, which we've already read and nothing else.
This is a little cryptic.
It's a clue. Don't worry if you can't solve her riddles all at once. I'll translate new clues every night.
But the Abbey grounds are huge. How will I know where to look?
You used to love running around these grounds as a child. If you need a refresher, study your map.
And tutorial time! Use the Abbey map to find your way around the grounds and keep track of heroes. New regions and arcane chests will also appear on the map as you discover them. And we can use fast travel to move quickly from place to place, which I already did because I got ahead of myself. Okay, looks like no one has anything else for us, so we will probably just head off to bed. But before we do that, we need to go find Charlie. Where's Charlie Doge? Ah, he's over there. Oh, look at that also. Pick up green orbs for skill essences. Not sure why Charlie's all the way out here. I think she was out here this morning. I think we've already petted her.
There is my ferocious Charlie girl.
But good girls can never get enough fussing. Alright, we've got some more skill essence. Let's have a quick look run around. What else we got? Yes, over there is one of the elemental rods. No, I am not grabbing it just yet. Some more heroic essence. My word, did I slack off last time? Okay, we're going to have to quick run around and see if we can find some more. We're going to be doing everything in here all at once, which may well be actually... See how I'm feeling. Might do it at the beginning of the next episode, particularly now that the grounds are sort of more open to us and everything is kind of optional when it comes to running around. But, exercise and that. But I think we're all good for now. I think it is actually time for us to go to bed, because I'm sure we're going to get some lovely sleep, and there is no way that anyone is going to invade our dreams.
Can that really be you? After all these years, it is good to see your face again.
Wish I could say the same, Mother. Now enough with this deception and reveal your true form.
But this is my true form. The way I was when you were just a sweet, helpless little baby. You don't remember that, do you? Well, I do. Bringing you into the world was the happiest time in my life.
And taking you out of this world again will be mine.
I had thought the words of power would open your eyes. But I should have known my sister and her pet witch would continue to withhold the truth from you.
Alright, I think we're just going to have to go, what truth? Because, I'm not entirely sure what she's actually talking about.
And what truth is that?
The truth they are keeping from you. You need only.
Wait! Mother! Where did you... Was that really her?
An excellent question. It was in a dream world, so anything could happen. But your demon mother appearing in your dreams is never a good thing. Unlike petting Charlie.
Hello, my sweet girl.
Yay, more arcane knowledge. Alright, let's have a quick look. See what upgrades we can do to our room. Ooh, and a fine nightstand. But actually, it's got to be the plush dog bed. Every other answer is wrong as to what we do first. Got a fair bit of gloss, but I don't think we'll add anything more for now. As you saw, though, we did have a whole bunch of stuff come up on Superlink. And Nico Monoro has just added another post. So let's start at the bottom. Unknown hero, threat or menace, Daily Bugle is once again questioning the integrity of Spider-Man. Love the banter. Love the banter. Alright, Nico, Charlie just did the most adorable thing. Existed. Ileana pointing out a good point here. And WHIH, mysterious booms and an abandoned warehouse. No evidence of an explosion. Tony instantly coming to the most sensible conclusion. And there's our snarky passive aggression from Blade. Okay, and Nico appears she stopped by Agatha's shrine. Feels like her hand was touching her. Agatha's hand was touching her shoulder. Can't think as to why that might be the case. Might have to do with the fact that Agatha is actually around and is a ghost. Okay, let's go to our messages. Hunter, you're on my mind. Figured I'd write. Play me a game of cards. Ooh, we're going to go play some cards.
Aha! Yet another victory for the hunter.
Damn it. You totally ambushed me with that pair of queens. I have to admit, I didn't think you'd be such a formidable poker player. Yet another reason to respect you.
Ooh, high praise indeed from the Captain Marvel.
Did you say you respect me?
Those are the words that came out of my mouth. You're a hard demon to dislike, Hunter. Even if you are beating my butt at Hold'em.
You do not dislike me, Captain?
Don't get too excited. I didn't say I liked you either, but you've got potential.
Deal another hand, then?
I'm all in.
Lovely. Oh, look at this. We just gained a friendship level and an achievement and some more friendship XP. What more could you want from a conversation from Captain Marvel? So, more tutorial. Hunter has increased their friendship level with a hero. Reaching new friendship levels will unlock powerful gameplay rewards with that hero. Friendship levels will also grant new cosmetic rewards that can change the appearance of the hero in combat. Now, as I said in the very first video, the aim is to get all of those. So this puts us nicely on that journey. Looking at our map, looks like Captain Marvel wants to have another chat with us. Looks like Sarah wants to have a chat with us, though I have a feeling that's not going to be a fun conversation. But first off, also, we've got some new gamma coil to analyze. Hunter's work is never done. And also, we need to make sure we collect these orbs because I was definitely slacking last time. Oh, there's another one out there. We'll grab that. Oh.
Well, hello there.
Shout out to Doctor Strange, just levitating. Sure. Oh, Iron Man wants to have a chat with us. We'll come back to him. Oh, hello, grab that orb. Gotta be more meticulousness. And there is, in fact, technically no one here, so we'll just use the forge ourselves.
Oh, you are gonna love this.
Up, Tony's arrived. Okay, so our supernatural fabrication has been completed. We've got an item bench now. And this has brought up some more. So, this is the one I really, really want. I think I've said this before. Being able to knock back your enemies using moves is very powerful. These two we can't do at the moment because we simply don't have the levels. So we might as well get war games underway. And as it says here, a self-learning AI workstation running endless combat situations. Sounds good. But at the bottom, in gameplay terms, it's going to increase ability options, earn additional abilities when analyzing gamma coils. So recent research has unlocked new upgrade opportunities for the Abbey. When we construct upgrades, it's essential for success, expanding Midnight Sun's capabilities in the Abbey and on the battlefield. We always need expanding capabilities. So as we can see, we've now got forge upgrades as an option here. And here is our item bench that we can build, as it's going to cost us 100 credits.
A power not unlike my own.
And very much in Tony's style.
Come back tomorrow, Hunter.
So unlock some research. So we've now got combat item slot 2, which will unlock a second equipment slot for our combat items. However, we actually need to craft 5 to be able to unlock that and also get up to research level 2. So we've got a little bit of way to go. Alright, gamma coil analysis.
So, how's the whole saving the world thing going?
It's going very well, thank you, Tony. Here, analyze this.
Analyzing now. Take your pick, Hunter.
Hunter abilities can be from one of 3 branches, light, dark, or power, which is designated by the balance symbol present on the card.
Big Tony's Forge of Mystery, we never close.
Playing more light or dark abilities in combat will push Hunter's overall balance towards that alignment. I have been doing that. I think I may have said a couple of times in a previous episode about playing dark cards to get the dark points, because that is where we are heading at the moment. So this one we have Holy Flame, which is probably a light ability. Quick Jab. It could taunt an enemy if we don't kill them or knock them out, but it has the quick, which we will obviously want to make use of as often as possible. And we also get Agamotto's Gaze, which draws the last 2 attacks played. Now, that was actually quite a very useful card in our last battle, but I think I want to give Captain Marvel a quick ability, because that really does allow us to stack things up, stack our moves up, and get card play refunds. That's everything in the Forge.
Don't forget to write.
Except it now has a tutorial for us. Gains new combat ability for a hero. Open at the hero screen. Equip the ability. Hero screen can be opened at any time in the Abbey by pressing the start button. Now it looks like the game is actually going to do it all for us automatically. It says abilities can be equipped or swapped with the cards in a hero's combat deck. Any unused abilities should be salvaged for essence, which is required for upgrades, items, and more. I have to be honest, when I first played through this game, the salvaging sort of mechanic I didn't really use much because I just kept hoarding all the cards. But we'll have a quick look at edit our deck. It says here, we must have 8 abilities at all times, and to equip a new ability, we must unequip the ability that we wish to replace. Okay, so as you can see, we've got a few here. Knee strikes will give some taunt. Got 1 step of dead. And these will use heroism. So I think for the moment, what we will do is, I think we'll replace out one of the 1 step aheads and put our quick jab in there. Now, I am not going to salvage this just yet. I want to keep this in my hand because, as we learned in a prior episode, we need at least 1 unequipped copy of an ability in order to be able to upgrade it. And being able to upgrade 1 step ahead, which will probably then allow us to have more cards in our hand for Captain Marvel, is never a bad thing. And there we go. It's actually popped up that we do actually have an ability to upgrade. It's also asking us to use the item bench, which we will go over and do in a moment. But I did notice customization. Here we go. Look at this. So Hunter with some long sleeve. We'll give Hunter a tank top. Nice, like a commando-looking tank top. I think I prefer that one. A bit more athletic. So let's. Why not? And we can actually now sort that to change the outfits. So this will randomly go through each outfit that we have. Also see what else we've got. We have swimsuits, because why not? We can have some head props. You get a nice headband. Actually, I really kind of like that one. That makes it look like Wonder Woman. No, we won't definitely go for that one. But again, we're going to probably get all of these. But you know what? Let's get that one. I know I just said I wasn't going to spend gloss on the room, but you know, why not? Why not spend it on our heroes? As you can see, we've got loads more on deck. And that looks a nice one. Oh, let's go for that one. Let's dress Captain Marvel up. And our combat outfits. As you can see, we've unlocked, got Marvel and Medieval Marvel. I do like the Marvel one, but we'll stick with the default one for now. But again, all these ones we want to get. Now, speaking of that, that's actually... So we can actually change the color of it if we want to. I'm not going to. I actually do prefer the classic. Anyway, going back to what I was saying a moment ago. There is one here for Blade, which you can't actually get unless you link your account, which I think I may have mentioned in the first episode. It's been such a long time since the first episode because of my very odd upload schedule at the moment. I'm undecided about what one to have now, actually, because I kind of like both. He does look very, very badass, but I think I'll go with... So we're going to stick with that one for now. Anyway, that's enough messing around with the customization. We've got an item bench to use. So, item bench could be used to craft powerful combat items for our heroes. Combat items can be powerful effects, or can have powerful effects, when used in combat, and they do not cost a card play. Always nice. Combat items are consumed on use, so make sure to restock between missions. So, let's have a look at which ones we can have here. We can have the Agility Serum, which will give us 1 move for free. We can have a battlefield scanner, which will allow us to do 2 cards. We can gain 1 redraw. We can select a hero to taunt an enemy. Or we can select a hero to cure. Now, I am going to grab that one.
This should be useful.
And that also gives us the achievement, Might Need Pockets. Crafted an item at the combat item at the item bench. And as you can see, that one is now out of stock for 3 days. I don't want to go too mad with the crafting of the items, though. I found that I don't really use them, and also we need to save the essence for upgrading our abilities, which I think is the more important mechanic out of the two. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's...
Hey, Hunter, when you've got a minute, could you meet me in the war room?
We absolutely can, Captain, but not quite yet. First off, we need to go into here.
Caretaker could have at least left me a chair.
Yeah, that is very true, actually. But, you know, standing is good exercise, apparently. All right, let's upgrade our abilities.
No pain, no gain.
Going to go straight in with Captain Marvel. And as you can see, because we have our one unequipped copy of One Step Ahead, we can now upgrade it for our 30 skill essence. Which, as it says now, if we play this card, we will draw Captain Marvel cards until we have 4 in our hand. Always good. Alright, going ahead into our sparring. So far we have only sparred with Ghost Rider. There is an achievement for sparring with everybody. And they do get some friendship XP as well. So, who is closest to being leveling up? I think that would be Nico.
You know I know magic, right?
In both senses of the word.
Ooh, now I see what all this is about.
Lovely. And as always, we get a nice photo that we can put in a frame when I eventually put frames up. But Nico has got the quick thinking combat bonus, which means she will gain 2 fast at the start of the mission, which reduces the cost of heroic cards by 1 for 2 turns.
Think Doctor Strange knows Merlin? I'm still waiting for someone to take this sword.
Well, Geralt got a sword out. Merlin also got swords. There's always swords being pulled out of stones. Anyway, Vault Training. Vaulting increases increased damage in combat, which is lovely because we do a lot of that.
See you around.
Okay, Minasa's training level has increased. Every training level increase grants a large boost to environmental attacks in combat. Continue upgrading the abilities and sparring daily to earn more training XP and further increase the Abbey training level. More drip feeding of the tutorial stuff. Right, Tony wants a word.
Hey, can I ask a favor?
Okay, life as a superhero is complicated. Tell me about it. And sometimes they could use advice. Other times they might ask for favors. Help heroes with their problems to receive new rewards. Okay, Tony Stark's taking a break from training to say, you're clearly the expert in demon hunting around here. What's your opinion on how we should train? So we've got 2 responses. We've got True Warrior values technique over brute strength, repetition and study, not fire, and fury, which will give us 24 credits. Or we can go train like you fight with furious intent, no quarter, no mercy. That will increase Iron Man's critical chance, give us an ability, but also give him an injury chance of around 30%. Now, I actually prefer this one because I think this is actually very, very true. When I used to do martial arts, this is one thing that we were very much taught in our training. Repetition, study, get the basics right. So that is the advice we're going to give Tony.
Thanks, Hunter.
The edit there was because my capture card froze. Alright, let's grab one of those. Right, let's see what Captain Marvel is after.
There you are, Hunter. Got time to look at something? The intel cache we recovered from Hydra's gunship might seem sophisticated to the casual bystander, but they probably weren't expecting to go up against the likes of me. With Central's help, I can decrypt these babies in no time, providing us a valuable and fascinating glimpse into Hydra's twisted little minds.
Okay, so we're going to decrypt some intel right after we grab some more gloss.
Hey, Hiya, Hunter.
Okay, so decrypting intel caches.
I asked Tony if he had any material on encryption, and he left me this pile of spellbooks. Something tells me Doctor Strange is probably looking for them.
Classic joke by Tony there. Anyway, Captain Marvel can decrypt Hydra intel caches at Central Workstation, revealing ops that individual heroes can undertake to gain rewards. So let us decrypt this one.
Let's crunch the numbers. Really good intel here. We've got a lot to go on.
Okay, and it has given us the op of the not-so-good Doctor.
Now that we've decrypted the intel, let's put what we've learned to good use. Check out the available hero ops listed on Central.
Alongside 13 intel. Hero ops grant powerful hero-specific rewards. Heroes assigned to an op will be unavailable for combat missions until the following day when the op completes.
If I had time, I'd take care of these myself, but I have been accused of hogging the ball before.
Well, you are about to go out on this one because it's the only one we have, and it's going to give us a common upgraded ability. So let's send Captain Marvel out on a hero op.
I think I can handle that. See you soon.
So the Abbey is now ours to explore. Check objectives in the map to see what is available. Look around to see if heroes could use a hand. Missions are waiting on the mirror table. If you'd like to review any tutorials, they are always available from the settings menu. And as the game has popped up, we have a new story.
We've got a situation rapidly developing. I'll be in contact soon, Hunter. What are you doing, Faustus?
Looks like she still wants to talk to us. Let's have a quick check-in, even though she's supposed to be not here.
Hunter, my second favorite zombie superhero.
Who is your first?
Tony, on 2 hours of sleep. So, what do you need?
Okay, let's see if we can ask a little bit more about Captain Marvel.
I have questions for you.
Sure, ask away.
Okay, so that's what we're going to be asking about her and about the Avengers. So we'll just go through these in order.
Tell me about yourself, Carol.
What in particular?
Well, let's start with everybody's dark secret, their past.
Who were you before you became Captain Marvel?
Air Force pilot. I used to fly the unfriendly skies before I was attached to the space program. And back then, I was entirely human.
You are not entirely human?
Not since I uncovered actual, for real aliens. There was an accident with some alien tech that rewrote my DNA, and now I'm half Kree.
I have never heard of the Kree.
Neither had I. They have a space empire. It's crazy to think they've been around far longer than you've been alive.
How did Carol Danvers become Captain Marvel?
During my time with the space program, I found myself involved in a conflict between alien species, Kree and Skrulls. I got too close to a device called the Psyche Magnetron, and it completely altered me. A Kree soldier known as Mar-Vell felt responsible for what happened and took me under his wing. He was a hero in his own right, and we fought beside each other for years. He's gone now, but I took the name Captain Marvel as a tribute to what he stood for. Since then, I've made the name my own.
Your strength is hard for me to fathom.
With all this gamma weirdness keeping Banner in banner form, I'm Earth's mightiest Avenger. Once Thor realized the Hulk was in a class of his own, he was not happy to be in third place. He still challenges me to arm wrestling contests, and loses. He's much less salty since I started calling him Asgard's mightiest Avenger.
How powerful would you say you are?
When someone says we need to call in the big guns, they're talking about me. Just don't say it in front of Bruce. The Hulk is an order of magnitude stronger, no question. But he doesn't have my precision, patience, or reliability. At least, that's how Bruce put it.
That much power, and it does not seem to have gone to your head.
I do get cocky sometimes, but I don't take any of this for granted, and I always remember where I came from. Arrogance is like punching the afterburner with your wheels down.
I'm going to assume that's bad. All right, let's ask about the Avengers.
Tell me about the Avengers.
Sure, what about us?
How long have you been an Avenger?
Over a decade. Still hard to believe. We've been so busy dealing with one crisis or another, it's hard to mark the time. My coffee tally puts me just shy of 20,000, excluding the cups I forgot to track.
And I thought I drank a lot of coffee.
What are your thoughts on your fellow Avengers?
I'm with the team for a reason. I believe in what we do. All of us do. I'm sure you've noticed Tony can be abrasive, but I never doubt his commitment. He and Banner used to fight like cats in a sack. Thankfully, they seem to be past that. And I can't think of anyone better to deal with a mystical enemy than Doctor Strange. He's a little out of sorts right now, what with being pushed out of his home, but he'll adjust.
And I guess this is actually the big one.
Do you think your team can find common ground with the Midnight Suns?
Look, I try not to get involved in team politics. I'll work with anyone who gets the job done. I don't care what team they're from.
Do all the Avengers feel the same?
No comment.
Smart, very smart. Alright, I think we should probably go now.
Thank you, Carol.
Anytime. And hey, if you find the time, we should hang out.
I will consider that.
Of course.
Well, we did have a nice hangout in the previous episode. Okay, we know that Caretaker wants to talk to us. I guess we should brace ourselves.
I feel like we left things unfinished, Hunter. If you're free, I'd like to talk. Well, don't leave me in suspense. How are you enjoying the library?
I thought we were past that.
We are, but I'm still allowed to be annoyed with you. I expect a bit of pushback from the others, but not from you, Hunter.
Why not? When have I ever made things easy for you?
You had your moments, few and far between, but that's exactly my point. You know what that place, what she meant to me, and you did it anyway.
Okay, so as before, we're going to go with the Dark Hunter response here, though. This comes out. This hurts.
The world is at risk of being consumed by Lilith. We cannot afford to leave any stone unturned, even if it means upsetting you.
It's not my feelings I'm worried about. The last time I gave someone free rein of the library, it cost us dearly. I'm not sure we can handle any more unexpected calamities around here.
At least we are talking now. Silence between us would only make things worse.
You're right about that. We have bigger things to worry about. Like the mouthy alien tormenting Spider-Man as we speak.
He did risk himself for us without hesitation. We owe him for that, at least.
For once, I think the entire team is in agreement. It's only a matter of tracking Venom down.
I would just follow the trail of destruction, but maybe there is another way.
I'm sure we'll come up with something. Don't leave poor Spider-Man waiting too long now.
Okay, yeah, as I said, that was a bit of a brutal response, but we did get one Dark Hunter point. We're going to quickly nip into the library, and we're going to have a quick look at this secret SOEOSS. Feel free to pause and have a read. Looks like it's about the Howling Commandos engaging in secret operations. Looks like a document on a guy called Shaw, whose name will very much come up later on. Okay, and that's just put us over the edge for some level ups on Arcana levels. We now get 25% bonus resources from pickups. And here's an excerpt from the Hidden Veil of Gods and Man, Volume 1. And this one is about Ashtur, who we've introduced, and Cthulhu, who, well, let's just say he might be bad. And a little bit on the arcane levels. We've increased our arcane level, so we're successfully using Words of Power, exploring Abbey Grounds, and even petting Charlie will grant arcane knowledge, which can increase the hunter's arcane level. At higher arcane levels, the hunter will gain increasingly powerful rewards from the Abbey Grounds and arcane chests. Things we absolutely love. Okay, what we got on this one? This is The Occult History of the New World by the Mysterious Scribe. Prejudice and witchcraft are mentioned. More attack essence, which is always lovely. Okay, quickly grab this. Observations of the Blood, notes by Damon Hellstrom. Referencing the blood which we are descendants of.
Hunter, hello.
Hello, Agatha. Right, let's see if she had any luck translating Wanda's message. Here we go! Taking the Earth Rod to Hunter's Folly. After opening the term, as though to draw life essence from the soil itself to strengthen the depleted rod. Alright, we need to find Hunter's Folly. Which is all the way over there. So we could go over there and grab it now. But looking at the length of this video, we're already into the 40-minute mark, and all of that has been expositions. 40 minutes of expositions, I think it's enough for anybody, even me. So when we come back, we are going to be looking at getting straight off into some action. Unlike story missions, as I said, general missions are led by heroes other than the Hunter. Hunter can be brought on these missions, but not required. General missions can be pursued at any time. A new story mission has also been added to the mirror table. That mission can be pursued at any time to advance the story. Now, I believe there is an achievement for leading a general mission with every hero, which obviously we will absolutely be going for. So let's have a quick look at what we have here. So it looks like Blade is going to be leading a supply run, and it's going to give us a gamma coil and an artifact. Now, the artifact does make me very interested in that, because we're going to need quite a few of those to increase our research level so we can do more researchy stuff at the Forge. Looks like Ghost Rider wants us to take on some heavy enemies, and again, we're going to get a gamma coil, and we're also going to get some credits, which again we are absolutely going to need to purchase stuff from the items bench and also purchase the upgrades that we do at the Forge. Or we have the main story mission, Spider-Man's, which again is going to give us a gamma coil and also some credits. We're going to find out in the next episode which one we will go for. If you guys have a preference, let me know in the comments below. Again, apologies for the sporadic nature of the uploads and for the fact that this was just all exposition. I promise there will be some action in the next one. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you like that. If you like what you've seen, do the usual YouTube algorithm stuff and tell all your crew about it. Anyway, I will see you on our next video. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.